This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Delighted to be joined here by my good friend, Mr. Otto Wallin. How are you, bro?
I'm good, Charlie. How are you?
Good. Always good to speak to you. Just firstly, how was training this morning? You're a couple weeks now from your fight with Murat Gassiev.
Yeah, no, everything is going really well. We had good training today, had good sparring yesterday. so, uh, so everything's on track. Everything's going well. I've known about this fight for a little bit now, so I'm in good shape, well prepared. I think we have a good game plan, and almost ready to go.
Let's talk a little bit about it. We saw it announced last week. The reception online has been really, really good. Sort of a couple of people in the industry knew it was in the pipeline, but we were just awaiting that announcement. Now it's all ready, it's out there. How excited are you?
It's great. I mean, I haven't had a fight like this in a while now, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's a big opportunity for me, and I'm just taking every day as my last almost, just doing everything I can to be as well prepared as possible, and it feels good.
It's a very intriguing fight. Obviously, Murat Gassiev, pound for pound, one of the hardest punchers in boxing. Probably not gone to the heights that maybe a lot of people would have thought after his move up to heavyweight. Yourself, you've had to deal with little bits of inactivity over the last couple of years. We know just how good you are. You've shown that in the Fury fight, but other fights since then as well. You feel like this is sort of the fight that you needed to get the best out yourself?
I think so. I think I can rise to the occasion. Uh, I've shown that before. I showed that I can operate on a high level. So I think that this is really good for me. Just having a long enough notice for the fight, being able to prepare for somebody, and getting in the best shape, getting good sparring partners, and just having that fire in my belly, knowing that I have a big fight coming up. It really makes a difference all around.
Just having a look at face value with Murat Gassiev, that he's had a couple of fights since 2020, moving up to heavyweight, but never stepped in with anyone on your caliber. I think the last time he fought anyone of note was that Usyk fight. That's 2018, a long time ago now, 5 years or so. You believe that this is now your time?
I think it's a good timing for me. He's been fighting. He's been having like a fight a year, one fight a year, and most of those fights has been 1 or 2 rounds. So he hasn't really fought anyone at heavyweight, and so we don't really know how good he's gonna be at heavyweight. But I think that Usyk showed that, of course, he can be beat, and Usyk showed a really good way to beat him. I think there's more things that you can do to him than what Usyk did, but I think that it's a good fight for me, and I think that the timing is good.
Without giving the game plan away too much, is it one where you maybe look to box and then see if the opportunities open themselves to try and push a stoppage? We know he's a tough man.
Yeah, he's a tough man. He's a big puncher, so I got to be ready for that, of course. And I can't be reckless, but I gotta earn my respect too. And I think that, like I said, it's a lot of things that he's open for. He gets hit a lot, so he always comes back though, try to land his big shots. So got to be ready for that. But yeah,
When the fight was first proposed to you, when someone calls you and goes, Otto, look, we have Gassiev as the opponent, I imagine probably a little bit of shock there.
well, I've heard that name a few times over the last couple of years. I don't know why, but it never came out before, but it did now. So, but yeah, I mean, looking at the options that we had, I think this was a really good one, and made the most sense. So I think that, I mean, it was a little bit surprising that it was going to be first they were talking about Dubai and then Turkey. I would have expected it to be somewhere else, but I'm up for it. I mean, I've been to Turkey before. I want to go back. I've been thinking about getting my hair done, but I don't know if I do it on this trip.
I know we've got some friends going out there who are very excited to go to Turkey. I wish I could make it myself. Otto, just on sort of the world of boxing as a whole, We know that it's been a little bit frustrating period for you over the last couple of years, but you feel like this is now your opportunity. There's a WBA belt on the line. With this fight comes a ranking to push, to have some progression and some momentum on your career.
For sure, for sure. I mean, it's been very frustrating. I can't even explain. These last 2.5 years, I haven't had any real fights, and when you don't have that, you don't make any money. Your career stands still. So, kind of start questioning: Am I ever gonna have a real fight again? And that's been really hard. But now, I'm really happy that this fight is happening. So now I gotta take this opportunity with both hands and show that I belong at this level, so I can stay there and won't go into a dead period again.
Do you feel like when you're back in training, obviously now we're only 3 weeks out or so, but you've got that buzz back, you've got something that you can really look forward to. You can get your teeth into the sparring, you know the best guys to have in front of you. It's not like you're forcing your body to tick over and tick away.
Yeah, yeah, everything comes easier. Yes, comes easier when you have a big fight coming up. It's not an easy fight, I know that. So I'm going in there preparing 100% and just try to be as good as I can on the night. And I
What
mean, it's so much you have motivation like this.
You won't want to look past this fight, but obviously you talk about that word motivation. I talk about the WBA ranking. Um, Everything sort of things always come together. A win here, some real momentum, and then step forward to look at some of the best in the division.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta be, of course, I can't overlook this fight. This is really
Yeah,
all
yeah.
I'm thinking right now. And if I win, if I do well, then everything is gonna come on good, I think. So that's the main thing. I just gotta win this fight.
Would you class this fight here as life-changing for you?
It could be, I think. It could be. I mean, the Fury fight was kind of life changing in a way, even though it's a loss. It's been more than a win than anything. And this fight, coming in here, beating a former world champion, I think that would be really good.
Let me ask you about heavyweight boxing as a whole. It now looks like there's some stumbling blocks in the negotiations for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Are you at all surprised it was spoke about for so long, but doesn't look like it's the next fight? I suppose for this guys, we just want to always see the biggest fights in heavyweight boxing, but it is annoying when they're dangled in front of us and don't always happen.
It's too bad. I think that, I mean, looking back over history, all the memorable fights are the big fights. We want to see the best fight the best. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, and that's just how it goes. You see with Crawford, he really elevated himself with his victory over Spence. So we want the same for the heavyweights, of course. And I mean, even if you lose a fight, it can happen. You come back. At least you took a risk, try to be great.
And then Tyson Fury, his fight with Francis Ngannou, I don't think we've spoke since that one was announced. Certainly one that's got a few eyebrows raised in the mix there, but we know Tyson's an entertainer that he will be doing for Riyadh season. What are your thoughts?
Well, my first question is it a fight or is it an exhibition? We don't know, right? Do we?
10 frees. I don't think it's a pro fight that will be logged on BoxRec, but I think it's the same as pro rule set. I don't really know.
Okay. Well, we know what he's doing. He's making a lot of money, I'm sure. A ton of money, probably. And it's an easy fight for him. So, in that sense, it makes a lot of sense. But if you're the heavyweight world champion, we would like you to defend against a boxer, of course. Okay, we give him a pass this time. He can fight Ngannou. But then, I mean, he got to defend the title. We want to see Usyk and Fury. If that doesn't happen, he's got to defend it against somebody in the top 10 in WBC. And if he doesn't, I think he should be stripped for sure.
Just lastly from me, on that point, we talk about the Alexander Usyk fight, the fight that we've wanted to see an undisputed champion in the heavyweight era for so long, certainly this four belt era. Um, if Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk does happen, if that is in fact the next fight after Francis Ngannou for Tyson Fury, how does it go? People are saying that Usyk maybe looked a little bit more beatable than ever after the antics with Daniel Dubois.
He didn't really shine in that fight. He got the knockout, which was good, of course. But I felt like he looked like the same guy that struggled with Chisora. So it's all about styles. I think that some styles will give him a lot of problem, Usyk. Probably same with Fury, but I think that as of right now, Fury will be a big favorite.
Well, Otto, thank you very much for your time. Always a pleasure catching up. We eagerly are in anticipation for your big heavyweight clash with Murat Gassiev, September the 30th, just outside of Antalya in Turkey, I believe. Just a final message to your fans, to people supporting. From just the reception I've seen online, people are really excited for this heavyweight fight.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels great. So I want to thank everybody for their support. You know, it's been some time now with no real fights, but it's finally here. I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna pay you all back with a good performance.